Hello world, it's Lee coming to you live again from Startup Impact Summit, Start Me Up Hong Kong Festival 2019, and I'm here with Amit Agrawal from ockypocky. Amit, you just did a great talk there. Can you, first of all, tell us a little bit about your background, and then we'll talk about what you discussed on stage earlier.
Sure. I used to run YouTube in India. That's what I'm known mostly in the tech industry as. I started YouTube in India from scratch, grew it to about $100 million of annual ad revenue, more than 100 million unique monthly users. Before leaving that, I'm a thought leader in online video space. I left about 4 years ago to do my own startup journey. My first startup is a company called India Goes Global. India Goes Global advises early stage, seed stage startups to grow explosively by looking at the method to the madness of growth.
Right.
And we simplify growth for everybody. Think of us as a virtual accelerator,
Right.
or a strategy consultant of some kind. And we've covered almost 2,000 founders across the planet, created a value of about $250 million in the first 2 years. Then I paused that a little bit for last 2 years because I deep dive into ockypocky, which is a mobile product startup for early childhood learning. So when kids are born, they're really raw, like at the age of 2, 3, 4, and they're picking up basic skills. Ockypocky is an initiative that helps accelerate a child's language learning capabilities, both on the reading skill set side as well as spoken English. And what we found in some of the studies is we're able to accelerate by almost 5 times versus a normal child, just by using my app for only about half an hour a day.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
That's what we do. Yeah.
And so how is ockypocky growing now?
Ockypocky is actually doing quite well. We just won an award in December in Bangalore at a EdTech summit, and we awarded at the number one from a customer journey experience perspective.
Right. Okay.
Our users are crying for more content for a seed stage startup that's music to the ears, because that means product market fit has arrived. There is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is
So that's what's
there
happening.
is. So just talk us through some of the main key points that you made on stage there earlier.
Sure. The talk that I had was about how to look for frugal ways of user acquisition in the early days, or how to engineer your product or your startup for growth. And the key insight there is a lot of startup founders either run with a mindset that I am going to build this awesome product and I just need to put up a Facebook page out there and people will come. It usually doesn't happen. Sometimes founders are too perfectionist, so they want to release that next feature first before they begin to seriously market their product. What they realize is no product exists and flourishes in absence of its users.
Right.
So what they need is a two-way channel. One is a product R&D lab, and then you need a customer community channel, which feeds feedback to you and actually guides you onto your awesomeness.
Right.
Because usually when you start, for example, ockypocky, when we started, we were doing a very different version of current ockypocky. And it's completely changed. We've gone into speech recognition. We were not about speech recognition when we started.
Right.
We've gone very deep into vernacular or multilingual India, which we were not. And that's where being in close touch with your community really, really helps. So why this is very frugal is because that means you've identified an early stage audience, which is extremely passionate about your product, and therefore is going to give you viral word of mouth for free.
Yeah.
And that is very frugal. There's nothing more frugal than free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting topic though, because a lot of founders, as you say, they strive for perfection, and then they won't release their product until it's perfect, and really it's never perfect. My view is, and from my own experience, is get something out there and start getting that feedback and that iteration straight as soon as you can.
Absolutely. I'm with you on that, because that's how it works.
Yeah.
You are nothing without your users. And if your users don't know your early rough draft, then you're not getting the benefit of that feedback.
Yes.
And therefore your final draft is without a user feedback. And usually I've found no matter how long you took to your first ship, you have to change a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah. And so, what are you seeing in the Indian market in terms of startup ecosystem and growth? We obviously see a vibrant community growing here. Are you feeling and similar things in India?
India is a crazy bigger in volume
Yeah.
compared to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Just population to population,
Well, that goes
GDP
without
to
saying.
GDP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing this talk in November at Thai in Delhi, and just for my talk, there was a room full of the entire audience size over here. So obviously the conference was 10x the user base.
Yeah.
So the vibe is very different. Having said that, this is my first ever trip to Hong Kong,
Oh, okay.
and the energy here is quite palpable.
Yes.
I think a lot of people are just thinking, exploring. I'm running into a lot of people trying to exploit the Hong Kong ecosystem who've got a mature offering elsewhere. I'm running into very few seed stage founders today so far. So this is my first ever trip to Hong Kong. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
I've been here for only about 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong. But all I'm saying is I'm running into more ready products being shipped to Hong Kong
Yes.
than seeing homegrown seed stage startups.
Yes.
Versus in India, where I run into a lot more hungry new ventures every month.
Right.
That's how my 2,000 figure has happened. Almost 16 to 1,700 out of that 2,000 are from India.
Right.
The balance is the rest of the world.
Right. Okay. So, Amit, if people want to find out more about ockypocky, is it ockypocky.com, is it? Or yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you can write into me with any thoughts, feedback, queries on hello@ockypocky.com. It's really simple.
Yep.
The spelling of ockypocky is right there in the tag of this video. I saw that being punched really, really well by you. Thank you.
I did, and we'll also put the link in the video.
To my app.
Thank you. Yes, we'll put the link directly in your video. So, Amit, thank you very much for joining us. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Start Me Up Hong Kong Festival 2019, and we'll be coming back with more from Startup Impact Summit. Keep watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.